Hello and welcome to Focus on Israel and the Palestinian Territories. My name is Paul Calvert. Psalm 91 verse 1 and 2 says this: He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him I will trust. I'm with Sara Cibin from the Terra Sancta Museum here in Jerusalem. Now, you're the project manager of this museum. Has it been a lot of work to develop this and get this ready?
Yes, of course, of course. It has been a hard work and a very also fulfilling one because we achieved great results, I think. We have been working for 2 years by now to having this museum ready for the opening the end of this month. And yes, we had to do a lot of restoration works because we exposed new spaces inside this building that were forget since long time, but they're very important. They date back to the Byzantine time, Crusader time, and Mamluk time. So we think the work was worth it because the result is very interesting and also added something to this part of the old city. So it's very, very important work we did here. And then there is also the scientific work that was directed by Father Aliata, but with the help of other archaeologists from Italy and worldwide. So it has been a teamwork, really. It's very important.
Is location very important because you're very close to the Via Dolorosa? Tradition says this is where Jesus was condemned. You've got Roman stone floors and you've got archways. It's just an amazing place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And this is the very important part for us because it's part of the identity of this place and also of the identity of the museum. It's not really just another cultural institution in Jerusalem. It's something that belongs to the Franciscan, that belongs to this place of faith, of prayer. And we really wanted to give something to the people coming here. They're coming here because it's a holy place. And I am sure that when they are here, they also have questions about the history of the place, the archaeology, to understand better Jerusalem, to understand better the history of the Holy Land. And this is the thing that we want, the tool that we want to offer them. So it's not in competition with the faithful and would say religious purpose of being here. There's something to add to this. So for people to be more aware of what they are doing and what they are seeing when they come here.
How did you choose what you wanted to put into the museum?
That comes from the history of the museum, you heard from Father Eugenio that the museum was founded because of the school of the Studium Biblicum Franciscanum, and because of their interest in the places linked with the life of Jesus. So we wanted, and we had in mind the experience that people have when they come for a pilgrimage in the Holy Land. So that was our guide. Like, we know the kind of experience, very strong spiritual and emotional and personal experience that anyone can have coming to the Holy Land. And we also knew that the collection here are a very useful tool to make people understand better these things. So that's the guide that we had to choose all the pieces. That was the idea. How and what can help people understand better. And we had this in mind very strongly because sometimes maybe you are more driven by, I don't know, one thing is more rare than another one, or one thing looks more aesthetically appealing. But if it was not helpful to the understanding, we decided better not to put this. Better keep with what we think it will be very important for the people to see, to understand.
Is the museum itself multimedia? We live in a day and age where youth and children particularly can concentrate for 2 minutes. Can they concentrate and go through all of this and really be attracted to what's there?
Yes. This is another big part of the project. We teamed up with a firm in Italy, and they are providing us with some tools that I think will be very interesting. We have 2 projections inside the museum, one at the beginning to show the history of the Franciscan archaeologists, and one at the end to give like a graphic presentation of the places and all the things that people can see walking in the museum. But the other thing that I really like is the app. We are developing an app to visit the museum. This app, it will be a very important tool because it gives you the information in the language that you want. So we are open for everyone, and this, especially in Jerusalem, actually it means the word worldwide. So we are aware that even though English is very well known worldwide, it's not the only language. So we will provide also other languages to the people, but also other information and other, we are adding more things in the app, some small videos, some graphics, maybe a little interview, things that can give you an insight on one object or one term, one period. Because yes, that's true, we need to be more interactive. I think the museum is very special because it has this sense of discover of because the building and the rooms are ancient. You're like a little explorer that is going through these small rooms, but we also need this. So we preserve the atmosphere of the ancient rooms without putting anything modern inside, but we give this thing to the hub.
How old is the building here?
Different ages. We have the antique remains, so ancient remains starting from the time of Herod until the Mamluk times. And then you have the building that was built by the Franciscan in 2 times. One is the 1902, the foundation, and then they added another part in the 30s. So you have, different ages in the building.
What's your favorite part of the museum?
My favorite part definitely is the daily life room in the Mamluk courtyard, because I really discovered new things about the Gospels. When you read the Gospel, you have this experience of Jesus talking about things that should be probably normal at the time, but are not normal for now, for today. So you don't really get the meaning. So you are like, I don't know, I can remember one example when he says, like, there are 2 women at a greenstone, one is taken, the other is left. Okay, then there is all the meaning about salvation and everything, but the example itself to me made no sense. Like, why 2? One is doing the work and the other one is looking at her. But when I saw the greenstone, I understood. It's so heavy that if one woman is just trying to move the stone, it's impossible. So you need another person to help you to move this stone. If not, you will be not doing the work. So I said, okay, now finally I got this example. Why are 2 women at the same stone? Because if not, they would not do the work. And there are so many examples like this one. All the room was put on display with this in mind, this idea in mind. So we give the example that is given in the Gospel because it's a very important source for daily life at that time. And then we show you the object, so you will see by yourself how it is the meaning of the thing.
So the museum itself will help you to really understand the Bible much, much more.
Yeah, definitely. And this is why we wanted the museum, because it's also part of the identity of Jerusalem to be Christian, and this is part of the mission of our museum. So to make Christians understand better themselves, and also to help the others to understand Christian better, because it's like the beginning of the dialogue. To meet the other, you need to be aware of who you have in front. So this is the mission of this museum.
How long have you been planning the second phase of the museum?
Very long time, I have to say, because the original plan was set up some 5 years ago. So we had a phase of designing and making the project, and also to collect the funds, and then to make it possible to start the works and to make it real as it is now. So it's a long project, and still we have at least 2 years more to work to finish. So this is the biblical times that you don't have to rush. We are here for that, so we know we have to be patient.
What's your prayer finally for the museum itself?
My prayer is that we can really help people here to understand who they are and to be proud of their identity, to use this as a tool for peace, because this is something that we all feel very much needed in this land, and especially in Jerusalem, and to be a place of dialogue. This is what I really hope. And I can see that already beginning. We had a lot of children, for example, from local schools, Muslim children. They were very happy to be here. They felt that they were welcome. And they also, they discovered something new for them, like we can be inside a church with the spirit of being part of this. You don't have to become a Christian. You have to you can be a friend for us, and this is what we want.
Okay, Sara, thank you very much.
To you. Thank you.
If you'd like to know more about our show, you can join us on Facebook. Just look for Focus on Israel-Radio. Ezekiel 37 verse 4-6 says this: Again he said to me, Prophesy to these bones, and say to them, O dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus says the Lord God of these bones, Surely I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. I will put sinners on you, and bring flesh upon you, cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live. Then you shall know that I am the Lord, and the Jews will receive the real shalom peace.